Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and the Restless official 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Victor accepts Phyllis's offer, which is shocking for Chelsea. Victor Newman's acceptance of Phyllis Summers' proposition will surprise Chelsea Lawson. Phyllis will show up at the property with an alluring proposal. Thanks to Phyllis's exceptional hacking abilities, Victor will receive updates on how she scored Kane Ashby's AI program. Phyllis will relish her little power trip now that she is in control of what occurs next. But if Victor accepts her demands, Phyllis will be open to including him in the arrangement. Even though Phyllis is a tough negotiator, Victor will ultimately accept her offer. Victor will formally accept Phyllis's offer, but since that's how they both work, there may be some betrayals in the end. Kane believes Phyllis may be responsible for the program theft, but he hasn't ruled out Victor as well. Kane may also learn about Phyllis's visit to the Newman ranch because he has someone watching her and anticipates a report. Kane might become concerned that Victor and Phyllis are conspiring. In any case, Kane will determine that it would be best to alert Jack Abbott to the possibility of a threat. On Tuesday's broadcast, Jack will get an enigmatic and intriguing message. If there is odd news from Los Angeles, it might be from Kyle Abbott. But if Kane notifies Jack before his visit to the Abbott estate, it might potentially come from him. Regardless of the outcome, Kane will eventually inform Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott that Victor may be in possession of his dangerous program. According to other YNR rumors, Billy Abbott will decide he can take it no more after Adam Newman picks a fight with him. At the sports club, Billy will strike Adam with his fist in front of everyone, including Chelsea. When Chelsea enters the building and witnesses Billy launch an assault, it will be quite the horror show. Chelsea will be upset with Billy for taking things to that extent, even though she may think Adam did something to deserve it. Billy floods Adam with a punch while Phyllis strikes a deal with Victor. Billy punched Adam in the face while Phyllis worked on the ultimate power play with Victor, revealing that she had stolen Kane's AI and was ready to offer a bargain that Victor couldn't turn down. Adam sits next to Billy, who is sipping coffee at the bar. Adam queries the veracity of the rumors. Is Billy truly not in charge of Abbott Communications? Billy claims that Adam took Sally for granted and that he placed Sally in the CEO role. For weeks, Adam deceived Sally and cheated on her. Is that a problem for him? Adam claims that Billy appointed Sally CEO because Billy isn't qualified for the position. And being bound to Billy is not what she deserves. Billy instructs Adam to look for an invitation to the launch party in his inbox. Adam laughs. For the past few years, he has watched Billy's clown show up close. He chuckles that Abbott Communications will fail since it must compete with the best media firm in the area, Newman Media. He learns that the prior launch celebration was cancelled by Kane. He believes that Jill believes in Kane more than in her own son. Billy is not trusted by anyone. Not Lily, Phyllis, Jack, Kane, or Jill. Sally must only be with him because she has sympathy for him. Billy cautions Adam not to mention Jill. Adam chuckles. He advises Billy to leave the city and cut his losses. In fact, he ought to leave the country so that no one has to endure the odor of his disappointment. Billy finds it intolerable. He delivers a forceful blow that breaks Adam's jaw. When Chelsea enters the club, she witnesses the attack. As Adam hits the ground, her jaw drops open in disbelief. "What the hell is going on?" she says. Billy thinks Adam got off easy with that punch, so think of it as payback. It's retaliation. Adam is instructed to settle into the ground. Additionally, Abbott Communications will destroy Newman Media. He storms out of the club. Chelsea queries Adam about the recent events. Billy may have hit a nerve because, according to Adam, he delivered a sucker punch. Chelsea finds it unbelievable that Billy would attack Adam and run the danger of a PR catastrophe. Adam claims he won't tell anyone, but he earned it. He acknowledges that he encouraged Billy to do it. However, he feels bad for Billy since he believes that Billy consistently gets the short end of the stick. Adam makes Chelsea proud. Such a thing would never be admitted by the old Adam. Adam smiles. He is now a different man thanks to Chelsea's assistance. Victor notifies him that he must visit the ranch. Right now. At the sprawling Newman ranch, a storm of ambition and manipulation was brewing, and at the center of it all stood Phyllis Summers, her crimson hair glinting in the late afternoon light as she stepped inside Victor Newman's domain. The tension was thick, the air electric. Victor sat in his chair behind the grand oak desk, his gaze as sharp as a blade, studying her every move. It wasn't every day that someone like Phyllis dared to waltz into the lion's den with an offer too tempting to refuse. Yet here she was, confident, cunning, and very much in control. The woman who had once been written off by nearly everyone in Genoa City had clawed her way back into the game, and this time, she was holding all the cards. Victor, Phyllis began smoothly, sliding a sleek black folder across the desk. I believe you'll find this worth your time. Victor's brow arched. You've got 5 minutes, Phyllis. Make them count. Phyllis smirked, savoring his skepticism. You've heard about Kane Ashby's little AI project, haven't you? The one everyone in town's whispering about, the one that can analyze corporate data faster than anyone alive? Well, I happen to have it. Victor leaned forward, his eyes narrowing. You have Kane's AI? Oh, I don't just have it, Phyllis purred, tapping her manicured nails on the folder. I own it now. Let's just say my technical skills came in handy. And now, I'm offering you a partnership. Victor's lips curved into a half-smile, that familiar, dangerous one that always appeared when he found someone intriguing yet reckless enough to challenge him. You hacked Kane's system, he stated flatly. Let's call it strategic acquisition, Phyllis countered with a shrug. And before you start giving me that disapproving patriarch glare, know this, I'm not offering charity. I'm offering opportunity. Together, we could use this software to expand your empire beyond Newman Enterprises' wildest reach. Imagine predicting market trends, manipulating corporate moves before they happen, eliminating competition before they even know they're competing. Victor's eyes gleamed with interest. And what do you get out of it, Phyllis? Her smile darkened. Respect. Control. And a seat at the table, your table. You make me your partner in this deal, and I make you untouchable. For a long moment, silence hung between them. The two powerhouses of Genoa City, both ruthless, both brilliant, measured each other in the kind of stare that could ignite empires or burn them down. Finally, Victor spoke. You drive a hard bargain, he admitted. But I admire your nerve. You've got the guts most people in this town only pretend to have. So, we have a deal? Phyllis asked, her voice silky and daring. Victor leaned back in his chair, steepling his fingers. You've got yourself a deal, Phyllis Summers. But mark my words, betray me, and I'll bury you before you can blink. Phyllis laughed softly. Oh, Victor. The feeling's mutual. The two shook hands, sealing a partnership that was sure to send shockwaves through Genoa City. What neither of them realized, however, was that their alliance would soon ignite a chain of chaos neither could control. Meanwhile, at Chancellor Communications, Kane Ashby was pacing his office, fury simmering beneath his calm facade. He'd just received a report from his contact, the one tailing Phyllis. The message was brief but enough to make his blood boil. Phyllis Summers spotted entering Newman Ranch. Stayed 47 minutes. Left with folder in hand. Kane clenched his fists. Damn it, I knew it, he muttered. She's selling me out. He couldn't yet prove how Phyllis had stolen his AI software, but now that she was cozying up to Victor Newman, his suspicions were practically confirmed. The two of them together spelled disaster, for him, for the Abbotts, for everyone. Without wasting another second, he grabbed his phone and dialed Jack Abbott. Jack, it's Kane. We need to talk. Now. Jack frowned as he listened to Kane's urgent voice. What's going on? I think Phyllis and Victor are in bed together, metaphorically speaking, at least. She's got my AI software, and I'm almost certain she's made him part of the deal. You need to watch your back. Jack's jaw tightened. Thanks for the warning, Kane. Come by the house. We'll figure out what they're up to. As the call ended, Jack turned to Diane, who'd overheard the conversation. Phyllis and Victor, that's a dangerous mix, Diane said grimly. Jack nodded. Yeah. And if Kane's right, we might all be walking into something we can't stop. Back at the athletic club, chaos of a different kind was about to explode. Billy Abbott sat at the bar, stirring his coffee, trying to calm the fire that had been building inside him for weeks. When Adam Newman sauntered in with that smug grin, Billy knew peace was not on the menu. Well, Adam drawled, sliding into the seat next to him. If it isn't Genoa City's favorite failure. Heard you handed over Abbott Communications to Sally Spectra. Couldn't handle the heat, huh? Billy smirked without looking at him. At least I know when to delegate. You, on the other hand, wouldn't recognize loyalty if it smacked you in the face. Adam chuckled darkly. Please. Sally deserves better than you or your pity promotions. Everyone knows Abbott Communications can't compete with Newman Media. You're just playing CEO until Jack gets tired of cleaning up your mess. Billy turned, eyes blazing. You don't know when to quit, do you? Adam shrugged. What can I say? It's fun watching you implode. Even Jill thinks Kane's a better bet than you. And Sally? She's probably already realizing she hitched her wagon to a sinking ship. That did it. Billy rose to his feet, anger boiling over. You're nothing but a parasite, Adam. You ruin everything you touch, Sally, Chelsea, your own damn family. Adam smirked. And yet, somehow, I'm still standing while you're. The words didn't finish before Billy's fist connected with Adam's jaw, sending him sprawling to the floor. The bar went silent. Gasps echoed through the room. And that's when Chelsea Lawson walked in, just in time to see Adam clutching his face and Billy breathing hard, eyes filled with fury. Billy! Chelsea exclaimed, rushing forward. What the hell are you doing? Billy wiped his mouth and glared down at Adam. Just giving him what he's been asking for. Consider it payback, Newman. Adam struggled to his feet, wincing. A sucker punch, huh? Guess I struck a nerve. Chelsea turned on Billy. You could have started a PR nightmare. Are you out of your mind? Billy's voice was low but intense. Maybe I am. But that was worth every second. He threw one last look at Adam before storming out of the club, leaving everyone stunned. Chelsea knelt beside Adam, her concern softening the tension. Are you okay? Adam groaned, rubbing his jaw. Yeah, I've taken worse. Don't tell anyone I said this, but I kinda deserved it. I provoked him. Chelsea blinked in surprise. You're admitting you were wrong? Adam smirked faintly. Don't sound so shocked. You're the one who keeps saying I'm changing, right? Guess you were right. Chelsea smiled gently. You really are different, Adam. The old you would have called security and pressed charges. Yeah, he said quietly. But maybe the old me needed to be knocked out of me, literally. Before Chelsea could respond, Adam's phone buzzed. He looked down, his expression tightening as he read the message, come to the ranch. Now. Victor. Great, Adam muttered. Just what I need, a summons from the boss. Chelsea frowned. You think it's about Phyllis? Probably, Adam said grimly. If she's working with him, I need to know what she's really up to. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Phyllis poured herself a glass of Victor's finest bourbon as she admired the view outside his office. She felt powerful, invincible, even. For the first time in a long while, she wasn't reacting to anyone else's game. She was creating it. Victor re-entered the room, his phone still in his hand. Adam's on his way, he announced. Phyllis raised an eyebrow. So soon? I'm guessing you didn't tell him about our deal. Victor's grin was cold and deliberate. Not yet. Let's see how he reacts when he realizes the game's changed. Phyllis clinked her glass against his. To new partnerships, she toasted. to power, Victor replied. But neither of them noticed the shadow outside the ranch window, Kane's contact snapping a photo of their handshake. The image would soon make its way back to Kane, confirming his worst fears. And in Genoa City, where alliances were as fragile as glass and secrets were currency, this one handshake between Phyllis Summers and Victor Newman was about to shatter the balance of power forever. As twilight descended upon Genoa City, the glow of the city lights reflected off the sleek black car pulling into the Newman Ranch driveway. Adam Newman's heart pounded as he gripped the steering wheel tighter, the dull ache in his jaw reminding him of Billy Abbott's fist from earlier. He had no idea what awaited him at the ranch, but one thing was certain: when his father sent for him this urgently, it never meant anything simple. And the fact that Phyllis Summers had been rumored to have visited the ranch earlier in the day only made him more suspicious. By the time Adam stepped through the heavy wooden doors, he could already sense something brewing. The air felt charged, the kind of electric heaviness that always preceded a major Newman showdown. "Dad," he called out, scanning the room. From across the study, Victor turned from his desk, his expression unreadable. Phyllis was perched elegantly in one of the leather chairs, a glass of bourbon in hand and that sly, knowing smirk on her lips. "Adam," Victor greeted, his voice deep and commanding. "Glad you could make it." Adam's gaze darted between them. "What's going on here?" Phyllis set down her glass and crossed her legs, clearly enjoying his discomfort. "Relax, Adam. No one's plotting your demise, yet." Victor's tone was smooth, but there was a warning edge beneath it. "Phyllis has made me an interesting offer, one that could benefit Newman Enterprises greatly. I thought it was only fair to let you hear it directly." Adam folded his arms. "An offer from Phyllis Summers? That sounds like a setup if I've ever heard one." Phyllis laughed softly. "Oh, please. Don't act like I'm the villain here. I've got something Victor wants, and I'm willing to share, for a price." Victor's eyes flicked toward her. "Phyllis has managed to acquire Kane Ashby's AI software," he revealed. Adam blinked, stunned. "You're kidding. That system's been missing for weeks. Kane's been losing his mind trying to track down whoever stole it." Phyllis leaned forward, her smile sharp as a knife. "Well, now you know. I'm the culprit. And I'm offering it to your father." Adam's jaw tightened. "You hacked Kane's system? Do you realize the kind of chaos that'll unleash if this gets out?" Phyllis shrugged, utterly unbothered. "I've been called worse. The point is, Victor and I have struck a deal. With my software in Newman hands, we'll have the ability to outmaneuver every corporate rival, Chancellor, Jabot, even Abbott Communications. Imagine controlling the narrative before anyone else knows it's written." Adam's mind was spinning. He knew his father thrived on power plays like this, but the idea of teaming up with Phyllis didn't sit right. She was unpredictable, too dangerous, too self-serving. "You can't trust her, Dad," Adam warned. "Phyllis doesn't make alliances, she makes opportunities for herself." Victor's expression darkened slightly. "I know exactly who I'm dealing with, Adam. But sometimes the most useful allies are the ones who understand betrayal best." Phyllis raised her glass in mock salute. "Cheers to that." Adam exhaled sharply. "So that's it? You're really doing this?" Victor leaned back, his gaze piercing. "Yes. Phyllis and I will be working together. I expect you to respect that, and perhaps even learn something from it." Adam bit his tongue, fighting back the instinct to argue. He knew better than to challenge his father head-on. "Fine," he said coolly. "But don't come crying to me when this blows up in your face." Phyllis smirked. "Oh, sweetheart, when things blow up, I'm usually the one lighting the fuse." As Adam turned to leave, Phyllis watched him go, her expression shifting from amusement to calculation. "You really think he'll keep quiet?" she asked once Adam was out of earshot. Victor chuckled lowly. "Adam knows when to hold his tongue, most of the time. But if he doesn't, I'll handle him." Phyllis smiled faintly, satisfied. "Good. Because I've got plans, Victor." Big ones. And they'll go smoother without your son meddling. Victor's voice dropped to a dangerous calm. Just remember, Phyllis, in my world, everyone's replaceable. Phyllis stood, brushing imaginary dust from her red blazer. We'll see who replaces who. She flashed him a final grin before starting out of the room, leaving Victor watching her, impressed and wary in equal measure. Across town at the Abbott mansion, Kane Ashby stood in Jack Abbott's living room, pacing like a caged animal. I told you, Jack. She's playing with fire. If Phyllis has my software and Victor's backing her, they could dismantle everything we've been building at Chancellor and Jabot. Jack sighed, rubbing his temples. You're sure about this? Kane nodded firmly. Positive. My contact saw her walk out of the Newman ranch this afternoon. She was carrying my project files. Diane, standing nearby, frowned. You have to admit, it sounds like something Phyllis would do. She's brilliant and reckless. Jack's face hardened. Phyllis thinks she can outsmart everyone, but this time she's gone too far. If she's dragging Victor into this, she's not just gambling with her future, she's gambling with the entire city's corporate balance. Kane's tone was grim. Then we need to stop her. I'm not letting my creation become another Newman weapon. Jack looked thoughtful. If we want to stop Victor, we'll need leverage, something that hits him where it hurts. And maybe, he added slowly, that means getting someone inside their circle. Diane's eyes narrowed. Someone like Adam? Jack nodded. Exactly. He's unpredictable, but he hates being out of the loop. If Victor and Phyllis are making moves behind his back, he won't like it one bit. If we play this right, Adam might be the key to taking them both down.